Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is my VR to Tiferet Tarot 22 favorites. And it's of course about the 22 favorite depictions in the major arcanas. I just move on. I was It was hard to pick my favorite of just one, but I will let you know what I like about each of those, and we will pick one. So the Fool, for me, the Fool has to give me a sense of freedom, of jumping over the cliff, going off into the new direction, wanting to be checking out what's behind the rainbow. It's this sense of being free, the sense of being a star seed, the sense of possibility, this initial impulse for you to go off. So I think I will go with this Fool from the Fountain Tarot. Actually, this was from the Wildwood Tarot. It's a very cool perspective too. And this is from the Star Child Tarot, which is also amazing. So this is the sense of possibility. But the Fountain Tarot's Fool gives me the sense of freedom and, exuberance and childlike mind, this openness to start a new adventure. And the Magician, I love this Magician from the Tarot of the Vampires by Robert M. Place. Isn't he awesome? There's just something about him. When you're a magician, you have to have self-confidence. You have to have a bit of charm. You've got to charm the world around you. This is one side of the magician that I like. And the other one is from Tabula Mundi, Colores Arcus. And this one is maybe deeper in a sense. There's this mercurial energy, this cosmic kind of serpentine of energy, and us being a cosmic DJ. As soon as you have resources, you have your thoughts, you can start creating reality. And I love this magician for that. The High Priestess, I picked 3 cards. This one comes from Tarot of the Crown, and I love it. We know that High Priestess is the silent kind of mystery, magic inside of us, the intuition, the deep part of us that knows. And this priestess, this ancient stones, the sacred space, like within as without. The intuition card from Dreams of Gaia Tarot by Raven Phelan. I just love this priestess. I took her as a high priestess. She's got an owl, she's got a spider, so the patience. She's holding the luna and stars in her hands. She's kind of covered, but so she doesn't show herself off fully. And there's one from Margaret Peterson that also is like this cocoon, like within a cell even. It's a hard choice. I'll stick with these 3, but the High Priestess has to have this sense of mystery for me, indication towards intuition, immovability in a way, so this kind of withdrawal and the knowing that comes, and also this cyclical kind of the knowing of nature. So that's the High Priestess. The Empress, I think Fountain Tarot again. I don't use this deck so much, but this Empress is amazing. Look at the colors, it's just gorgeous. The intricacy of the code. So I love this one. The one from Sevenfold Mystery is like depicts the Empress I would be, I think. Just be lying there and smelling nice. And also Tarot of the Crown, this Empress. It's not only about being pretty and smelling nice, that's the motherly aspect of the Empress. Yeah, I love this 3, so these are my picks. The Emperor, I love the classic Emperor from Tarot de Marseille, especially the one from Jean Dodot. It's very cool. I love the one from the Medicine Woman Tarot. Emperor commands energy. It's a 4, it's a stable one. And this Emperor sits down on the ground, it's connected and grounded, and can command from this strength, the strong point. And this Emperor is amazing from Mary L. Tarot. Just shows how sometimes the power can be a hard burden to carry, and to carry it wisely and be wise in using your sword, and how to build and create. These are amazing emperors, but I think Mary L would win here. It's a lovely depiction. For the Hierophant, I picked Tarot of the Crown, which shows the traditional side of the Hierophant, but I love the depiction of the Russian dolls, which one comes from another, from another, from another, like everything is hidden within you. I love the one from the Gaian Tarot, where it's just called the Teacher. It's a perfect sign and aspect of the Hierophant for me. It's one of my favorite cards, and that's how I see it. But also it's got this type of aspect to it, where you kind of have your backbone is the church, so something very traditional backs you up. And I love the depiction from the Tarot of the Third Millennium. So these are my Hierophant cards. The Lovers, I have a bit of fun choosing Lovers. I loved this one from the Tarot de Femme Erotique, the soul's deepest need, and that I love it because it shows the need to choose what your soul really wants, so that aspect of the choice, it's incorporated in this Lovers card. And then also the Lovers as lovers, because I think I love to see lovers as lovers, not always as a choice. I mean, I love the cards when you have both options available, like this one from Anna Kay. It's wonderful because they all there. So how she described it, they choose to love one another every day. So this is pretty cool. I love these Lovers. This one is romantic, from Romantic Victorian, and it's one of those spring kind of being in love feeling. And also the Lovers, when you incorporate the female and male aspects of yourself within yourself, and don't project, don't project your stuff onto others, but it's this holy marriage of opposites. But also this beautiful love story when you can see your lover as yourself as well. So these are my choices. The Chariot was quite easy. I love this one from the Voyager Tarot because it's powerful, it's dynamic, it has energy, gets you going. And also the one from Sevenfold Mystery, where I love how it describes the Chariot. You use your reason to bring your will and your appetites together. When you bring your horses together, you can really move forward with this kind of dynamic passion. So I love this too. With Justice, I had totally no problem. This is my favorite Justice of all times. I find Justice not so boring like in most of the cards. I find it as a dynamic process, as strength, as humor, as healing, as balance. But you create it with your every choice. It's a thin line, to be able to keep this balance. But and these are universal laws, and this is healing, like the music. This is a perfect harmony of spheres. But this Justice card from Mad Tarot, amazing, my favorite Justice ever. Hermit, Wooden Tarot, I love him. You know how the berg just goes into a cave to withdraw from the world, fall like into the incubation time. That's amazing, and I love his eyes, how he really goes in. And I love the traditional Hermit. This one comes from Tarot Noir. I love how it depicted the light and all of them. So that's cool. A Wheel of Fortune, I picked Druidcraft Tarot just because I love how you create your own fortune, but probably you then live within certain choices you made. I love the Sevenfold Mystery when the fortune constantly changes, and these are the star signs in a circle, and Fortuna with her eyes closed. And also I love this wheel from the Crown Tarot. It reminds me of the popular lines when you create your own destiny, but you also have a potential, and you also come to this world with the choices you might have made, in the previous lifetimes. So that's pretty cool. And strength. I love the Holy Simple Tarot. Strength. When you're really strong, you act from your heart and you empower your heart, and then your strength just comes through. Nothing can touch you. And there's also the sevenfold mystery, when you kind of have strength to use your will to incorporate your animalistic kind of nature. And I love this one. It's called integrity, and to me this is strength. When you can live in integrity, when your animal self and your spiritual self, your body, your mind, your spirit is all in integrity, and you actually live it, not just speak about it. So that's strength to me. It's awesome. Then the Hangman. This one comes from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, and I love how you can see her face changed here, and she's here with open eyes as if she realized something. That's a nice spiritual aspect to the Hangman. I love the immovability and that you have to wait. There's nothing to be done. And also the Holy Simple Tarot. I love it too. And the Crying Tree. Like, sometimes that's suffering. The Hangman, it's not a fun thing to be in, not a fun time. And here the Death card. I love this one from Matt Tarot, because death to me needs to show transformation and transition. It needs to show some kind of suffering, also an ending. And I love the spiritual aspect of death. So this one is very shamanic, like you calling up the spirits, or you moving. Maybe she's dying also, I love this. I love the traditional death, how she cuts out its own name. And the one from Pagan Otherworlds Tarot, dynamic. I love when the death is dynamic, so it's a process. Something is dying, but something is making space for the new to come. Temperance, I picked the regular traditional temperance. I love this depiction from Tarot Noir, because it is traditional. It's got all the elements. I love how she pours the water from one cup to another, how the water has those little waves. It's just for very artistic reasons. Love it. And also temperance as integration and putting all the ingredients together. I love the one from the Housewives Tarot. Enough justice, enough anger, enough sorrow, enough joy. You mix it all together, you've got temperance. So this perfect ingredients ratio. And then the integration, also temperance as integration of opposing forces, fire and water, or earth and air. You are able to integrate them within yourself and live it. And then devil, I love the regular Tarot de Marseille depiction, just because it's quite kind of not as scary. It's kind of a bit funny, and shows how we gladly bind ourselves to devil. The Housewives Tarot, again, very cool. I love when devil is shown not as something that binds you, but shows how you have a choice, and devil is there to tempt you, but not necessarily make you a slave straight away. You let yourself. The one from Ora Soma Tarot, it's very cool. Like, you cannot reach the light. And also the bindweed, when you kind of, in despair, when you let yourself go on for too long. Maybe you drank for too long, or you took drugs for too long. You find yourself in a deep, deep hell. So that's devil. And then after devil comes tower. And I love this one from Tarot of Transformation as Kali. Also dynamic, shattering the structure. And I love this one from Tarot Droga, because the tower gets destroyed, but you can escape. So there's something coming after. And I love this one, Kali, from the Chrysalis Tarot. It's a destruction of ego, destruction of narrow-minded ability to see yourself. So it's expansion of your understanding. And then the star, I loved the Tarot Noir star. Just she's so graceful and beautiful for the art itself. And I love the star as the guiding star. And this one from Tarot of the She, because I had such an experience with it, and whenever I look into this card, just feel the blessing pouring out. So that's an awesome one. The Moon, it's one of my favorite cards. I love the Tarot de Marseille depiction, and just the crustaceans and the water as this deep subconscious. It's a bit scary, you know, you've got all those doggies. And then the one from Gil Tarot, just atmosphere of it. It's amazing. So I love when you have all the kind of traditional elements in the Moon, but the Fountain Tarot, I love the feel of it. It's like, and you have the dogs and you have the towers, so it's very beautiful. And I also love this one from the Nigel Jackson Tarot. So very kind of traditional in this way. Sun, on the other hand, I love when it's bursting with life. So I don't like the Rider-Waite-Smith depiction, but this one, the egg of life and the sperm, like coming onto it, you know, the new life is emerging, is this spark of life. It's powerful, it's unstoppable. I love the Wild Unknown, this also amazing burst of life. And the one from Saki Saki Tarot is pretty cute, just happy, you know, happy vibe. And also from the Crone Tarot, when you have, you are sun, you are your essence, the beauty, and you can sparkle it around, you can share it. And what else do we have? The Judgment card. I love the traditional Judgment from Pagan Otherworld, especially because I love the sound of the trumpet and the angel and all. Like, I love this depiction. But I love the one from Ancestral Tarot, when you're kind of like reaching out through your dream for your new potential. Who knows? Something is like pulling you out of your old shell. And I love the Star Child Tarot takes, and it's awakening to your true potential. Something is bursting out in you, and you can just embrace yourself. And then the World Tarot, I love this card from Jean Dodell because the person is not a woman and not a man. It's androgynous, and I love all the traditional elements. The kind of initiation door, the person goes through all the elemental powers. Love this card. A very similar take from Tarot Droga. Love just the artwork of it and the rainbow frame, beautiful. And Osho Zen as completion, the last puzzle gets put in. So let's just finish with that. That's my 22 faves times 3 most of the times, but I wanted to share those with you. And I also am waiting to get ready for the SBD tarot tags. I love those. I have some cards prepared here. So I can't wait to get to record these ones too. Hope you enjoyed it, and speak to you soon. Bye.